Hey guys, a long time ago I was inspired to make this video and I didn't have enough stuff to actually make it, or didn't even know what I was going to do for it, but it's finally come to the point where it's all ready and I'm going to record it, which is this video that you're watching now. And of course you know what it is if you've seen the title, and that is why I was a weird kid growing up. The funny thing is I don't want to do this, but I do want to do this because it's funny content, yet it's awful because then you learn so much about me and me growing up, and it's on the internet forever. So I'm just gonna get into this before I change my mind. So the first thing is, I didn't know how geography worked, and the explanation behind this one is every time we would go to my grandparents' house, which is where I am right now, and I saw the sign that says "Welcome to St. Catharines," I would say, "We're not in Canada anymore, we're in St. Catharines." And my siblings and my parents would look at me and just be like, "What did you just say?" And I didn't really know how that worked until I took geography in school, and I learned that the educational way. Number 2 is braces. So when I went to my first elementary school, which was kindergarten to grade 6 before it closed and I moved to my other school, a lot of the older kids, meaning like all the grades 7 and 8s, and I was in like grade 4 or 5, all those kids kept on getting braces, and I kept seeing them and I thought, well, I want to be a big kid and I want braces. And well, man, I eventually did get braces when I was in grade 8, and I thought about my past choices and thoughts about braces while I was crying and screaming and agonizing in pain because of teeth. But as you can see, all gone, straight teeth. The third crazy thing on this list is purposely running into the door. And I know what you're thinking. What are you doing in the situation where you would purposely run into a door? Well, that's what I'm gonna tell you. So, my sister had a friend over, and I was about, I want to say 8 or 9 years old. And of course, at that age, you are at, well, I won't say you, but I, for sure, was at a very immature stage, as of most kids. So, I thought, like most kids, what's the one way I could bug them the most? So, to play and do whatever, they went into my sister's room, and I looked around for what I could find in the hallway, and I found a hockey helmet. The most Canadian thing I could find. And with that, I put it on, and I purposely ran into the door several times, charging it like a bull. I don't think I would have done this if at that age I would have known what a concussion was. Maybe this explains a few things. I still feel like I want to stop this, but I've invested too much time in this already. I gotta keep going. So the next one on my list is creepy night stalking. Sometimes as a child, I would go into my parents' room and watch them sleep at the foot of the bed. Creepy, right? Yeah, so as a kid, I did this because I was at an age where, like most kids, you most likely, say 3 times out of the week, want to sleep in your parents' bed. Because of, I don't know why, but of course I didn't really do that, so instead I just kind of stood there watching them sleep for a bit until I went back to my own room and went to sleep in my own bed. But funny story, one time I didn't get into my parents' bed. Instead, I still wanted to stay there, so I crawled up at the very end of the bed like a dog and slept. That's all I remember. I may have gone up and just moved back to my own bed for comfortability, or my parents may have brought me into my own bed while I was sleeping, but what I remember is I woke up in my own bed. The next wonderfully odd thing on my list of why I was a weird kid growing up is breaking my arm. Now, I have never broken or sprained a bone in my body ever in my entire life. So this started when my brother, Harley, broke his arm in a skateboarding accident where he fell off and landed onto a stacked pile of bricks, which resulted in him breaking his arm. And then I was not there when that happened, so I didn't witness all the crying and agonizing screams of his bone snapping within him. So I didn't witness the horrible part of it. But when I saw him the next day, he had this cool cast on that he got at the hospital, and everyone was signing it, and that, at my age, made me think he was famous. And that was just the tip of it. Eventually, with this cast on, somebody drew a very large flame on it, and that is just what put me over. I'm like, I want a cool flame on my arm! Yeah, and then I, once again, never broke a bone in my body, never had to get a cast or anything like that. But then, much years later, maybe like, I want to say 5 years ago, my sister, I don't know if she broke it, but she did something very bad to her arm, which resulted in her getting cast. And I was there for that one. That's when I saw the tears and screaming and pain that is involved when you break a bone in your arm or elsewhere. Now at this age, I would say I want to prevent that kind of pain from affecting my body. I'm just gonna stay away from breaking any bones ever, because that's not fun. And the very last one I have for you today is crazy lies. Now, I'm a human. I lie. A lot, mostly. And it's not good, but it's what I said as a kid, which was very crazy. See, I did this to my friends when I was about grade 4? I'd say about grade 4. And I would tell my friends the craziest and most unbelievable lies ever. I think just to make them like me even more. But now I look back and I know that they already did like me enough. And I didn't have to do that. But I did. And there's nothing I can do about that. Now, these weren't just your regular day lies. These were very crazy and unbelievable lies that, because of our age, a lot of my friends actually did believe for the somewhat. And some example of those lies that I still remember to this day were: 1. I have a secret room built into the back of my closet, and it's got a TV and a robot in it, and not even my parents know about it. Yeah, I told my friends that. A second one is... Another lie is, yeah, I have my own Facebook, and I have like 1,000 friends on it. Pretty cool. Just note, I was like 10 when I said that, and I did not have any term. Just note, I was like 10 when I said this, and I didn't have Facebook or any kind of social media because I was 10. And the last and most crazy lie I ever told my friends when I was young is, I am Santa. Yes, you heard that. I once told my friends when I was little that I was Santa Claus. That one they didn't really believe and had questioned a lot, unlike the other ones, because that one was just way really crazy, over the top. Yeah, I really said that. Anyway guys, that's all the reasons I have today of why I was a really weird kid growing up. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and comment below which one of these reasons I gave you today was the weirdest. I don't know what I said. And besides that, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the little bell icon below that looks like this. Like this. Click it beside the subscribe button and click the little check mark, and after that YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a brand new video, and that's about it. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and